Hello everyone. I'm going to talk about TCS separation process today. So let me start from beginning. This is for who want to change their employer. So this is a process for them. What we should do before resignation? We have to do three things. Get an offer in your hand. You should give a number of interviews and get your offer letter in your hand before resigning. And then discuss with your manager and supervisor. You can discuss before you decide resignation, or then you get clarity whether they can understand your issues, and also like you can discuss about different type of issues such as finance, stability issues, or personal growth issues, or any team culture you don't like here and you want need some changes in this team. You can discuss about that. So you have to consider these three things before you decide to resign. Then we'll come to how to resign. So after you discussed with manager and you got disappointed and you are not interested to work anymore, then you decided to resign. Then you have to send one resignation email to your manager, copying your HR and lead or your supervisor. So your last working day will be calculated from the date of resignation email to 90 days of your calendar days, and the 90 days it will be your notice period time, and it can be less if your HR or manager agree with that they can reduce that, but most of the cases it is 90 days. This is for you as a demo resignation email, how a resignation email can be sent to your manager. So first you have to put the subject line anything. I just put here like my resignation, and it is always confidential. So the tagline we always use as a confidential. Then you can greet your manager or whoever you are sending your resignation email, like to your HR or manager. You can greet them, then you can just inform them what you are going to do, then inform about your TCS experience and what you learned from TCS. You can put some commitments what you can provide in your last days in this organization. You can put and you can send it. So after you put resignation email, the first week after your resignation, manager will call you. Once manager will receive that email, manager will schedule one call with you and you can join that. He or she will ask you so many questions about why did you take this decision, what happened. You have to discuss with your manager. If you already inform that manager that this is your final decision, then manager will start the separation process. Okay, and the very important point to remember here is ask your manager about your last working day over your resignation email, so that you can show that as a proof to your next employer. So during notice period, what we should do and what we should not. I think there are many things in the policy it is mentioned, but I found out two things are very useful. The first thing is leaves. You cannot take any leaves other than any sick leaves. If you are getting sick, you can take sick leaves, but other than that, you cannot take any leaves. And also try to settle everything what you owes from TCS or otherwise, like claims, advance salary, or loans, or any assets you took from TCS, any extra asset like security devices or anything. Try to settle everything before your release days, and even you can do within the notice period. Then your full and final settlement will be much faster if you settle everything within the time. So the last week in TCS, we have to do couple of things. So those are like complete exit interview. It is available in your Ultimate X iTalent tab. You can complete that exit interview. It will be asked a few questions regarding your tenure in TCS. You can rate those answers and get clearance from admin, information security officers, library, about your assets and ID cards, everything. You need to get clearance from them. Settle pending claims and redeem gems. Pending claims means if you have bought something and you claimed it, you should get all the process approved before your release date and redeem all the gems in your gems bucket. Do not leave it for after your releasing date, and then your gems will be lapsed. So it is better to use all the gems in the form of coupon You can also buy anything from TCS. You can use gems in that way. And then fill time sheets until last working day and apply leaves in systems as applicable. Suppose you have taken 4 or 5 leaves and you want to apply in the system, you should apply and fill time sheets, and don't forget to time sheets fill time sheets every day until your last working day. Okay, and if you have claimed any health insurance, or you want to claim any health insurance, do it much before, like before last week of your release date, so that all the approvals and all the finance approvals will be completing before your last day, so there will be no issues with the final and full and final settlement. Connect with separation officer. I think separation officer will send one email to you before 3 or 4 days, or maybe within the last week of your release date. They will schedule a call and explain about all the do's we need to do in your last days, and they will also explain about don'ts, what you should not do. They will guide you to full and final settlement later, and on the last working day, you can request a separation officer for initial release letter. Most cases, you would get initial release letter on the last business day. Otherwise, you can ask your separation officer separately if you don't get. So here is the demo, initial release letter. How does it look like? You have dates and for what reason. Like the resignation is accepted by the organization. It is declared here in the body, and they have also commitment that your release letter as well as service certificate will be issued to you, subject to the settlement of dues, if any. This type of letter you will get on the date when you will be released. The variable allowances. You will have so many doubts about, like, how whether I will get my variable allowances or not. What happened to my quarterly bonus? First bonus is monthly bonus. Monthly bonus, it is calculated as last pay slip monthly bonus, like whatever bonus you got in your last pay slip divided by total number of calendar days for that month and the date, last working day. Okay, so here I have taken an example that my last working day was 18th of October. Then the calculated amount is 1568 Indian rupees. So how it got calculated? The last payslip monthly bonus is 2700. Total number of calendar days for that month was 31 days, and into the date when I got released, that is 18th. So now the amount we get, it is 1568. Quarterly bonus, you will be eligible when your last working date is on or after the date of quarterly variable announcement. If you have seen your quarterly bonus announcement happen at the end of the quarter, so if you are active on that date, then you are eligible for quarterly bonus. So you will get all this amount in your last month payslip or in full and final settlement, whichever is earlier. Suppose your release is happening towards the end of the month, then you might not get this amount in full and final settlement, but you will get this amount in your payslip. But if your release happening on the first half of this month, then you will be getting all those bonus and all the full and final all these things in full and final settlement. We'll talk about retirals, gratuity and PF. The eligibility what we have in TCS is, if you have completed 4 years under 240 days in TCS, then you will be eligible for gratuity. Total gratuity you will get, that will be calculated using this formula as gratuity amount retained in last compensation letter. You can check your compensation letter, the gratuity amount should be mentioned there, and you can multiply that into number of years you served in TCS, so that you will get your gratuity amount. You can either withdraw or transfer the PF amount you have. Your separation officer will guide you how to transfer PF from EPFO in the government portal, and also who is C3 plus grade, and they have superannuation fund. If they want to transfer or withdraw, they can check with the separation manager. Come to full and final settlement and service letter. You'll get your full and final settlement letter within 30 days of your release date. And on leave also you'll get in this full and final settlement. And this is how your on leave encashment happen. Last month basic salary divided by 22. into number of on leave you have, and you will get service letter after 10 or 15 days of FFS letter. Service letter is different from your initial release letter. After you got FFS letter, you can check in your TCS Alumni Portal whether you get your service letter or not. If you don't get anything, then you can just raise one ticket to your separation manager or send one email to separation manager that why I didn't get my service letter yet. All letters will be available in TCS Alumni Portal. Important thing is no one is going to send one email with your letter like a PDF file or any documents. Everything will be available in TCS Alumni Portal. You need to register yourself there and get all the documents. Here I have given the demo FFS letter, how it looks like. They have mentioned date of joining, date of release, and date of resignation, and you will get all the earnings you are getting for that month, and all the recoveries they are doing. Um, and the final, the TCS Alumni Portal. Once you leave TCS, there is only one way connection with the TCS, that is through TCS Alumni Portal. You have to log into the TCS Alumni Portal. Like you can register yourself in this portal only after your release date. Even if you want to register yourself before your release date, it won't happen. Alumni portal will be validated only when your release date is completed. Once you register yourself, it will take 24 hours for validation, and your account will be activated after validation. Here is a link I have provided, https alumniportal.tcs.com. You can access this link and you can register yourself. Thank you. That's all for TCS separation process. If you need anything, you can send me message. I'll just reply you. Thank you.